morning, everyone. Welcome back to our commodities weekly update. And this is where I do analysis on natural gas, US dollar, oil, gold, and silver, looking at their support and resistance levels, as well as the most likely scenario where I think price might head into later next week. And if you guys are looking for the stock market update video with all the data and everything, check out the previous video. That's where I did the Qs and SPY, as well as the 7 mega cap tech stocks: Tesla, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Meta, Apple, and Nvidia. So check that out. Just looking for the overall market, and let's get into natural gas. So look, we're looking at the 4-hour time frame right now. And last week I talked about that most likely scenario we're gonna be is an equilibrium if we don't break this low, pretty much this $3 low. So we end up tightening up, continuing to tighten up, and ended up getting a bull break. You can see very clear tightening range is big move up, big move down, big move up, big move down. Each move is within the prior move. That's what it's an equilibrium, and we call these a tightening range. And we got a bull break pretty much right here. So we broke above here. This is also the longer term resistance, and now we got follow through. So we got follow through, and we got a back test of the 4-hour EMA 12, which is this teal looking line, and then we bounce off of it again. You see the bounce twice here, and this time it's the second time that bounced off of it. So as long as simple statement, as long as bulls are bouncing off of the EMA 12 on the 4-hour, bulls are in absolute full control. That's what we know. We're gonna leg up and then we bounce off again. Doesn't mean if we break it, it's over. When it breaks it, we just have to zoom out to the daily time frame and then look for daily consolidations. Right? We have a straight off shot move up like 23%. Let's see. Yeah, it's a 23% move. So even a pullback that's like this size where we come back, let's say we back test these levels, it can still be a daily bull flag. So no signs of red flags at the moment. So even if we pull back, 5%, it still could be a daily bull flag. So no big deal at this moment. So as long as 4-hour EMA stays intact, you'll probably just keep going and be full control. And we also broke out of a longer term resistance line. So keep note of that. If you're trying to short this move, be careful, because you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then finally broke out, right? So this was a longer term falling wedge here as well. Support, 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 support. So 8 bounces and 8 rejections, and we finally broke out of that. So it wouldn't really short a move that's broken out of the pattern that lasted, over a year to more than a year to form. So it's a bull break at this moment. Obviously, maybe this could be a fake out and we just come back to it. But probably of that is a little bit lower due to us breaking out. It's very clear. All these rejections are super clear for the past year. I can see, even if we zoom in, you can see all these rejections are very close. Yeah. So yeah, I wouldn't advise, at least in my opinion, unless we come back, unless we get a big drop, come back to it, and then we bounce, form that lower high here, and then reject from there, then this could be area they could potentially start, accumulating that short coming in down. Then this would be a total fake out. By this moment, no signs of that yet at the moment. So probably a better idea if we come back test these 2 levels and act as support and go long on the bounce, something like that. Probably a little bit better idea at this moment. So we'll see. We'll see if we get a big drop, there's a fake out, or is this going to be, get a continuation, more follow through, or a back test. So the 3 scenarios I'll be looking at overall for natural gas. But so far, bulls are in obviously absolute full control. All right. If you guys want to learn more about techno analysis, check out my YouTube page and the Patreon link as well for one-on-ones. To learn more about techno analysis, if you want to trade futures, or if you want to learn more about how to get entries and exits for futures or any kind of other stocks, check that out. And let's move on to oil. So oil here, whole lot of nothing. Still in this range. So we talked about this for, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks, maybe 2 months, that we have no edge on oil until it wants to break out of its tiny range. So it's still trading in its tiny range. I don't know how much longer it wants to tighten up, but once it finishes tighten up, So it's pretty much bouncing off of this longer term support, this red line, this longer term resistance. And if it bounces above this little tiny range, then I'm just looking closer to this area, right? If it breaks below here, then I'm just looking closer to this 63 area. So far, it just hasn't done that, breaking either direction yet. So nothing much on oil. And let's look at the US dollar here. So on Wednesday, we got that 50 basis point cut and 25 basis point cut. But the dot plot suggests that we are getting less rate cuts in 2025. It was 4 and now it changed to 2. So that made the dollar kind of spiked because less rate cuts means stronger dollar because every other country is cutting much more than we are. So we got that big pop on Wednesday and Thursday. Although we did get a big drop on Friday, probably due to better inflation data coming in. So better inflation data just means that we might get a little bit more cuts back, maybe a 3 on the table. So that's why we got a little bit of drop. By the moment, it's priced in. I think we're only pricing in 1 cut at the moment. Check out the previous video. I did the data on the stock market update, and we're actually getting only 1 cut on the overall probability. So we'll see. So I think this might be kind of like a break above, but not much follow through. So maybe potentially head and shoulders if we start to come back down lower here. This 106, then we might get the probability where it might come back down a little bit lower, potentially to like was 105. If it does, if it goes like this, then there's a very solid chance that we may get that head and shoulders pattern forming. But at this point, it's still super early. We need to at least retrace all of that Wednesday's move to say maybe we'll get that. Maybe we'll get more retracement into the head and shoulders. So far, no signs of that yet. This could just be a bull flag at the moment on the weekly. So yeah, no signs of slowdown yet, but we'll see. It needs to confirm shorter-term downtrends first as well. All right, let's take a look at gold. So gold is still pretty much trading in this range, so nothing too. Bears need to just break this low. This is the weekly support, pretty much, at this 2566 weekly support low. If they do break below this low, that's the first time they confirm the weekly downtrend in a very, very long time. Let's see, since when? And probably all the way back here. So it's been almost a year, I'd say, for a weekly downtrend. But yeah, right now it's just a weekly tiny range, very clear, right? Top of the move, bottom move, initial move. This is the bounce of the weekly bounce. This is the weekly drop. So it's just equilibrium. Can't be more clear than that at this moment. Tiny range. So maybe it'll continue to tighten up. If it's a weekly tiny range, it could go on for a while. This is the weekly time frame. So maybe into March, if it decides to continue to tighten up. For bears, break this low. We have a solid weekly downtrend. For bulls, break above this high to 761. Then we may have potential bull break of this weekly tiny range into. Then we'll have to retest all-time highs. All right, let's take a look at silver. So silver has been pretty weak, I would say, right? If you look at the chart, what is it? Gold is forming equilibrium, tightening up. Silver has a bear break, right? You can see silver has broken its prior low overall. So it's definitely a lot weaker compared to gold at the moment. So if I were to trade metals, I would still be trading gold on the long side, silver on the short side. Overall, I don't see any real support on silver at the moment. Yeah. Pretty much if gold needs to bounce and silver will just follow and bounce a little bit less than gold. That's pretty much what it's been doing for a very long time. And then when gold drops, silver just drops more than gold. That's why it's a relative weaker at the moment. But we are coming into a little bit of support here, right? You can see the double bottom around this 29. But it still depends on which way gold ends up breaking from that weekly tiny range. All right. that is got for you guys. Feel free to comment below if you guys have any questions. And yeah, feel free to check out the previous stock market update video as well as the Patreon link. And if you guys want to just talk for 15 minutes, go check out that 15-minute free link and go from there. I will see you guys next week for more updates. Have a great rest of you guys. It's Christmas. It's going to be a short week for trading. And take care.